Sure enough, without us saying anything, Yeah, you have no idea what you're talking about. Still morning. It's still morning. I hope this song doesn't give me limited access for this video. I don't really know what's going on with the subscriber base, but I will say I know that I lost 2 subscribers. So to unsubscribe is an involved process. Should I play music or not? I think it's not a bad idea. Life was slower. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so yesterday we had a lot of work done. Felt good. Yesterday was a good day. So I'd like to hit it off saying I think yesterday started a much earlier day. I'm hoping to get more done today so that I can try to have a little bit of a life today. So I'm going to try to smoothen this out, but I like this shot. And I think it's also interesting, like at certain points, you know, I could put more effort into certain shots. But it really, the filter system question really has to come down to, does it help the story move forward? And I think that that's something that I don't ask myself enough, and now I know to ask myself at all times. So I would say that at this point in 2026, Conformity Farm is more aware of that. And also, I don't know, YouTube told me recently, said you got to stop talking about abstract ideas on your YouTube page because that draws people away. So, maybe we'll see. Where's my, I guess I could put this on. And then, I don't know, I'm thinking about taking the music away. Thoughts. Let's say good morning to this. Good morning. Man, I am so bad at timing. I put speed over accuracy. You guys know this process has been really good. This is actually, I saw an attorney do this. And to just keep going, because the truth is, like, I feel like I spent a lot of time trying to manage old and bad ideas, or old ideas, or memorializing bad ideas is what CBT calls it. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So bucket in the head. So let's do bucket, head hit. Then we'll do TikToks, which will require a little bit of writing. TikToks timing. I think that's what we're going to outsource to Kieran. So let's give him the video so he can do that. So I could just build the videos and then give him the assets to be successful with that. And then what's the next one? TikToks plus buy it now. So just tablet time. So we're not going to get to the chip stuff today, because otherwise it's just too much. You know, one of the things I do that's really bad is that I overbook myself. I mean, almost every freaking day, man. Every day. If there's anything you can learn from these streams, achievable goals, measurables, try to find data-driven ways to do things. Like the one thing I really love that I recently incorporated, I love physics. I mean, I love it so much. It just feels great. It's great. I was born with great equipment, if you will. But yeah, how does this look? What could you me wearing this on my neck? Who cares? At least we have the mic. Okay, TikTok. Chip tells God. Okay, so maybe in my second stint we can come in and start editing. So I think the next thing would be start editing and collecting chips. Principal photography. No, it's the wrong way. Principal photography. Principal photography. Okay. We're so close to finishing this. This is very exciting. And I don't really think we're going to need a ton of time on the book either. So we're really at the end of some really hard work. Composite frame up. Oh, there's also, yeah, the door. We might repeat that shot. Door, light, please. That's a shot we need. Oh, then up here, Brazilian rock salt, and collecting chips, principal photography, TikTok. Oh, so actually, we might want to do that up here. Brazilian rock salt cut away. But no, data-driven anything. Like, I've been going to the gym recently, and I do 1 hour of the Stairmaster, or whatever it is, the stairs stimulation machine. And based on data, the amount of calories that I can burn while doing that within an hour exceeds really anything else I could do, the amount of time I would have to spend. So because I'm spending so much time here, getting on that machine and burning calories and being in a calorie deficit is the only way to overcome the issue with, I mean, it doesn't completely overcome the lethargic issue, not lethargic, sedentary, that's what it is. Because I have to sit here on my butt for a long time. So you can't have it all, right? You have to choose your suffering. Swipe through reels. Oh, okay. These things are great. These things are absolutely great. It's a really good way to keep it going. And you just kind of keep it intact. Like, this is the one thing I'm doing here. Because also, you know, I get a ton of these too. So this is great. Okay, so the bleeding shot. All right, why don't we? I make it seem like it's a special thing. If you watch the stream, you'll like just watch the short continuously. But it's interesting because it'd be good to know, you know, what I was thinking. If you think it's interesting, an interesting short. Oh wow, that's an old ringer. Completely. Charlie. Okay, so the real question is, how many more frames do we need here? And also, is the draft updated? No, it's not. Okay. So, you know, what we'll do is, I'll actually delete all these. Ugh. One, two. So this is the one that's hard up, which is crazy because there was the other scene that was just absolutely atrocious, and now it's not. It's one of the better scenes. So I would say that these are more positive streams now at the moment because this is work that's going well. Finally, like I'm coming up with a strategy that works, and certain things are getting handled now that weren't getting handled before. And so now we're at a running time of 3 minutes and 34 seconds. I would say we can probably still shave off another 10 seconds. We'll see what happens though. So let's watch the cartoon from the beginning. I know some of the audio is rough, but really pay attention. Like this part of the job, my specific job is coming up with the shots and making sure we have all the shots that we need to communicate what we want to communicate. But anyway, yeah, no more disclaimer. Oh, what happened? No more disclaimer. But no more. This is what happens when oops. Yeah, this is what happens when gosh bless it. Whenever I switch these monitors around, you know, honestly, this should probably be the first thing that I handle, making sure this is all right. It'd be nice to just have the settings set up and I could just step up to the hardware, but it's not what we're at. Yeah, give it a shot, see if we can get it to work. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I feel like I already hear a sound I don't love. Could probably shorten that up. I used to be a bug on the side of the road, just like you. Are your eyes
Because I don't even care about making money. I just want to help you get rich. There's not even that many people that are rich. I just want friends. Friends? Don't be stupid. Buy it now. Buy it now. Hey, Jim. It is me. Jim, look at me. I am. My sweet prince. I can see you.
This is the part that I'm going to have to sit down and really work on, tighten up. So I understand that it's hard to understand what this is going to look like, but this is the rougher part.
I chose you to be the greatest general of all time. Greater than Genghis Khan, greater than Alexander the Great. You'll never have to work again. And if I'm wrong, then you'll be right. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Organize a community block watch. And then from there, we shall scale. The world, you have your watching orders. And I shall lead you to your work. I don't even want to let me down.
I'm home for the day.
Now let's take the earth with the unit back. It's at the bottom.
Okay, so there's like a little bit there that needs to be set up. This is kind of long too. This is probably where about 10 seconds will come over here. You can't remember to say the word great. I'd love to get an animation when he says I'm an atheist. I just want him to breathe in, like he can get this like he's getting something off his chest. But I don't think we're gonna have time to do that. I could just continuously keep editing this forever.
I'd rather talk about things that are important to atheists, like hey Chip, I know what you're talking about. My package is here! My package is here! What? Now, all we have to do is open up the package, add the Brazilian rock salt to some water. How many times have you been to the grocery store and seen salt water on the shelves? We're going to be the first ones to market. Chip, stop set up and chocolate wrong. I need you to start listening. Before you start, I want you to know.
Listen
I
on.
was trying to get the RV. I got some forks for the RV, and I'm definitely going to join the RV. I'm going to be in the RV, so I'll be the general, the great general. And then I'll also work in the RV. But I'm thinking you're more than you can handle. Let's start with something small. How much you give me that small? It's not a pilot. What is this? Is this full of salt? You failed me, Chip. Never feel better, Chip.
I love that part. I love the ending so much. It was kind of the whole reason for making it was to kind of have like chaos at the end.
Let's start with something small. How much you give me that for? It's not hot or the pot. God, what is this? Is this full of salt? You failed me, Chip. Never feel better, Chip.
That sequence right there is actually pretty funny in general.
Perhaps I'm giving you more than you can handle. Let's start with something small.
Yeah, there's something I think you can touch that out on.
It's not hot or the pot. God, what is this? Is this full of salt? You failed me, Chip. Never feel better, Chip.
Okay, now let's do him getting hit in the head. So right now what we have is this. And I think what we got to do is put this in the background for all the shots, right? And it doesn't have to be long at all. Not a bad shot. I kind of was dreaming about his mouth opening up in the process, but he's got to kind of go from this to this to this, 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 this. You can probably cut this and just go from here to here, here. Maybe this one moves a little bit farther down. Yeah, that actually works better. Yeah, we'll smoothen it out. Maybe get one more frame down here. Oops. So here we are again, animating my friend. I think this is better than a humdrum life. You know, which one is this? This one, you know, it's okay, so we went from here. Okay. So we're going from here to there, to there, to there. Ooh. To there, which is probably this. And then to there. Maybe he should open his mouth up. Ah! Ah! You can put a sound in there. What's happening with the big head at this point? I think that's just kind of measuring his head up. Okay. So maybe get in here, keep his head there. All right, so where's his head at now? His head is now this. I'm going to go to this one. His head is this. This one. Kind of interesting. So I think we cut his head off more like this. Yeah, not bad. It's a close-up. So and this frame drops. Okay, yeah, we got that here. And then he's gone. Then it's gone. And then he's like, what? Okay, then we go here, same thing. So it's like just. Yeah. It's more dramatic to keep his hand open like this. Or his mouth open like this. Even if it's harder to follow up with. I also think that like yeah, it's not too bad. It's almost like he's flattened. So then we could just have the item just kind of come off. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. That actually, the what the heck makes it even funnier. I like it. I like it. And then also, let's come over here and hit the head of the bucket. Funny, we changed a lot of stuff. Should I listen to first and foremost? Yeah. So I'm gonna try what I did yesterday too. Like, we're gonna get through these shots. Then I'll go to the gym, and then I'll come back. Probably have to take a nap. It's tough. Getting old. Where are we at here? This shot. I wonder if I can put myself on a timer on this one. Give myself maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to get this shot done. And then we're going on to, where would we go next? The TikTok timings. Oh, the Brazilian rock salt. The Brazilian rock salt. Where are we at here? Retarded. That's the worst thing you can do. Charlie sleeping in your carriage? I could not get her in that carriage. And then we take her to the vet. She gets spayed, which I'm assuming is a horrific experience. And now she's about her account. Well, she actually said about the account, so maybe she's like attached to the trauma or something. I'm not really sure. Where are the headphones at? Where are the headphones at? You put them on your head. Where in the world are my freaking headphones, bro? My freaking headphones. I was loving those headphones. Where in the world are they? There they are. I'm worried they're going to die. But that's okay. Right, Charlie? Right, Charlie, too? Right, Charlie, too? YouTube told me that I'm getting more attention to my channel because of whatever I've done to change my thumbnails. It's getting people to look at my videos now. But I can't really retain you guys because I'm not really doing anything to entertain you, so to speak. I don't know if I'm that interesting. If I was that interesting, maybe I wouldn't wake up on myself every day. Almost every day. Ooh. No. Stanley Kubrick, Alfred Hitchcock, Spike Lee, Andrei Tarkovsky, Wong Kar-wai, the 5 worst best director snubs in Oscar history. The Academy passed on all of them. The directors they chose instead are footnotes now. Well, you know. Stanley Kubrick, he probably, yeah. I mean, the Oscars is a political thing. You know, and it's not even like, I think that when people say political, it becomes like a negative connotation. It's just there's a certain number of people who make the votes. Those people go home and they have dinner and they have beds to sleep in and they wake up and they go to work. And within the middle of that time, if you can influence them, then you have a better chance of getting their vote. And that might come from a personal relationship, you know, festers in their subconscious where they say, you know, maybe this is the best person. That's pretty fun. Oof. Okay. Let's look at the stream and see how long I just sat here on my phone. I like these interrogation videos. Interrogation confessions. My chicken's done, but we can wait. I really need to hit. Also, let's make a 20-minute timer for this shot. Okay, now I'm enjoying this. Oh, whoops. Almost looks like a bear now, turning into a bear. The eyes really don't do what I'm hoping they would do. think that's 1, 2. So go from here to 2. Cool. Hey, great products. Good morning. Love the thumbnail. Heck yeah. Spent a little bit of time on it. YouTube actually gave me some data, and it was basically like, hey, whatever you're doing with your thumbnails, it's working. Oh, no, she might be hard. Nice guy. Going in for 20 minutes. See, it doesn't take long to do it. You really don't. All right, let's see. We got 2 out of 5 shots, I think. So what do we need? We need maybe an additional 20 minutes. Where are we at here? To the 3. These actually turn into a pretty interesting. Yeah, let's try this. All right, let's see what we got here. Wait, this one was 2. Should be 1. This should be 2. Actually, this turned out all right. I was really sweating this one. Where are we at on our 20-minute timer? Anybody who's paying attention, I will say, interesting. Yeah, it worked. Now we just got to throw a bucket over his head. Oh, we got 5 seconds to spare. So it's about 40 minutes. So this is really just Chip getting hit in the head, Chunk getting hit in the head with a bucket. So, not a bad shot. Oh! Oh! So what do we got? Man, we really improved the bucket. I'm turning into a better animator. That's the thing about these streams and this social media in general. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I'm getting better, and maybe it wasn't worth people to pay attention, but I think we're getting to this point where I might be able to create things that people do need to see. Oh, where's my? Okay, timing, TikToks. I have to spend some time on the TikToks, but I do want to get those turn around. Chop. Oh, it is. We're almost there. We're almost there. All we gotta do is kind of sit back on the project. I think that's it for Chunk outside of his finger. You're doing a good job, bro. Hey, thanks, Greg Fox. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting better and better. And I've been streaming the grind. I've been doing this for, I've really been doing this since 2019, really. 2018 is when I started doing Conformity Farm. And this is, how long have I been streaming? An hour and a half. This is not a bad piece of animation for an hour and a half. Now, having said that, I really worked it out last night, and my goal was to finish this last night, so that's why this kind of looks a little bit better. But it would be kind of interesting, actually, if I wiped the screen with his mouth, but I didn't plan it that way. We're not going to go backwards. But I think that's something to keep in mind, which is like, a lot of this animation started with two major mistakes of this animation from the beginning was the tempo in the voiceovers was very slow. I did this other short called 2 Trees, and I don't know what got into me, like why I just lacked a lot of personality in my stuff. Or maybe it's like I'm thinking the wrong way about it, but for today, you really gotta just spectacle a lot for people to get their attention. And I think that Chip and Chunk does that. The TikToks are going to be interesting because TikToks are going to be specific to, I think I'm going to do a political one back to back where they're like, everyone who wears the red hats are idiots, stupid. And then the other one will be like, everyone who wears the blue hats are idiots, stupid. And just things like that where he's got like kind of this stuff. Like I was thinking of this just did. The world's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's terrible. Stay inside. And make sure to buy insurance. Yeah, or something, I don't know. But so that'll be like another production day. But here we are at noon. I have this stuff where I want him to open up. I gotta put the pot in there, but that's not a big deal. It's just like one color. Punishment one is done. So this one was one I was thinking about cutting this shot, but I might actually keep this one. This one is him. This will be a wider shot, so probably be a full wide, and we can get a better shot of the whole room. But basically, like, maybe a shot of everyone, because I don't think I have enough wide shots, the wide shots to kind of let the audience know where we're at. But I don't think you have to do that. Let's take another look at what we got here. This is what we got, right? Like, so we start off here, moves a little slow. But this is a good start. I think I'm just going to plan to tackle the chip stuff, but we might actually we might actually make the bucket hit shot, like export it, and I might actually take the day off, the rest of the day off with animating and go and handle errands and other stuff. But I think the last few days have been really good animation, and I can generally do pretty good work within about 4 hours. But I used to time myself when I was finishing the graphic novel. And so I think that timing myself, even though I don't really care for it day after day because it really, it really puts me on the spot. I think that's the thing I'm always, if you get a job, you're going to get put on the spot. So you really got to put yourself on the spot with this stuff, which is what streaming does to an extent. Anyway, yeah, so we got this moves kind of slow. It's okay. Truck Dog lacks clarity. Maybe he'll be a reoccurring character. This conversation with Owl is an interesting little break in between. I still like it. I think technically we could remove it and everything would be fine. Or maybe it's like a bonus episode. Because actually, let's cut this and see how the short goes. First off, if we cut the Owl scene, the short's 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But let's see how it flows without the owl scene, because that really breaks it up.
On the side of the road, just like him. You're a boss, because I don't even care about making money. I just want to help you get rich. There's not even that many people that are rich. I just want friends. Friends? Don't be stupid. Right now. Hey, Jim. It is me. Jim, look at me. My sweet prince. I can see you.
So this whole interaction of him meeting God will be recut up. I'll visit that. That'll probably be the last really big lift, if you will, for this animation. And then I'm just going to composite the rest of them so that they fit the aspect ratio. And I think that's going to take more time than I expect. Next Friday, we bring the sound effects guy in. I might get more than one sound effects person in. And then we're basically done. I think at that point, I think I could just publish it on Patreon in its entirety and then plan out a rollout for seeing it publicly. And I already know I have a really good idea of what I want to do for the next episode. And I'm really glad that I spent this time during the summer doing this episode, because with the help of Kieran compositing for me, I mean, that's such a huge lift. That compositing just, it stops a level of exhaustion just a little. It lightens the load just enough that helps me keep pushing. And so the more I can do that, the better. But for this next episode, I'm really excited because I think it's going to be similar kind of conversation. I think Conformity Farm is the right name for this show, really, because every episode is going to have some sort of like commentary on society. And hopefully we're having a conversation that no one else is having. That's really what should bring people to the material, to see the original take on things. And the faster we can get these animations out, so this one took 5 years. Hopefully the next one only takes like 3 months maybe. But yeah, just like speeding up the animation process.
To be the greatest general of all time, greater than Genghis Khan, greater than Alexander. You'll never have to work again. And if I'm wrong, then you ain't right. Guaranteed. Organize the community.
So this whole thing here, it's like cutting back and forth, like it's gonna be a little, it's gonna punch you.
You have no much notice, and I shall leave you to your work. I know you won't let me down. How can it be? I don't stop here. Where the aircraft is in the bottom. Jeff, what are you doing? My package is here. My package is here.
So there needs to be another shot of Chip going like, that's it, yeah, what about those?
Well, now all we have to do is open up the package, add the Brazilian rock salt to some water. How many times have you been to the grocery store and seen salt water on the shelves? We're going to be the first ones to market. Chip, you got some. I'm the chosen one. I'm going to do is start making. Before you start, I want you to know I never tell you. I was trying to get the RV. I got support
For the RV. I love that line. I'm also work is the RV. Oh, I guess maybe this goes on top of. I didn't realize that. Kind of didn't realize that I was going to have to do that. So this actually goes right before this one. So stay still. So stay still leads to. I might actually have to cut off this first shot then. This may not match up. I might just have to go from this one. Oh! Yeah, it might just have to be 2, 3, 4, 5. And on this one, this appears that yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, we're just gonna have to put that on top of this. All right, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's export it. Let's see how it matches up. Now I know I want to add this background to it. And I know we want to let go of, so this would be another background. You know what? I'm going to actually just make these, I would say, BG background, chunk, hit. Now, the thing I like about the editing of this animation as we finish this up is the continuous context that you can get. You can actually, in this one episode, this very short episode, you can get a general idea of what this, oh shoot, I don't want this. Oh no, I just want this layer, yeah. You can get a general idea in this one episode of what this place looks like and what it looks like to live in this house that they live in. Pot hit shot, okay. No. Why is that one keep going pot hit shots? One chunk, final view, spray bottle. Why don't we do this one? Yeah. We're going to do spray bottle because this is technically the same shot. And then what we need to do is remove this. I gotta stay really focused because I can lose productivity on this pretty easy. I could actually cut this shot. So for now, what we'll do is I'll actually keep these shots, or we go straight to 2. I think we already know. I think we gotta go, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then, and also with this one, let's bring it together. Let's make sure nothing's bleeding over. Good. Let's go back to 2. 2 is the same thing. They're all kind of having trouble filling the frame. Don't love that. That's much better. 2, 3, 4, Okay. Okay, so let's export these. I feel like the timing for the animation too kind of happened. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I don't have that bucket. Let's add the bucket. Let's add the bucket. Let's add the bucket. So we got this. Bucket's not going to be a lot. Add the bucket like this. And we'll put some black on it. Just want paint on it. I wonder what I'm going to do this evening. Maybe I'll go to a comedy show. That would be good. Go see the comics that are out. I won't do anything because I don't really have any material. I mean, I have material, but like, or I could prepare for a night of comedy. That could be really interesting. Bucket. So right here, we'll get rid of bucket, and then right here, we'll put bucket in. Clunk, and then maybe we bring bucket in again. This, and then bucket can be gone. So easily. Oh, so we got a duplicate bucket. I didn't realize. So we got bucket 2. And we'll say bucket 3. Yes, we got to get rid of them on here. Bam, bam. Bucket 1 is right here. So this is bucket 1. We got bucket 1 in the shot. Get rid of it here. Put them in here. Bucket 1. Bucket 2. And then bucket 3. Yep, happens pretty fast too. I like the fast movements. Okay, so this should be accurate. So let's export this. We finally have it. We've got an interesting shot done pretty quickly. I'll tell you what, the pace at which bucket hit, I'll say this is pickup extended. We're going to call it V1. Yeah, that's fine. So it just took me so long to get so much of this stuff done, but I think the interesting thing is that if I did it because I wanted to get famous or I was motivated by that, it wouldn't have been enough to move me forward. But if I did it because I love the art form and want to be a part of the art form, even if I stink at it, that's what's really going to carry you into the next level that I think allows you to create stuff that's worth people taking a look at, honestly. So here we have 3, and so we're going to import 2 things. We want to import that background, extended bucket. Yep, very good. And then we also want to bring in that, we want to bring in that background as well. So actually, why don't we just, there we go. And then bring another one in. Staying organized is really important, but also just like making sure that you can bite off what you have, you bite off what you can chew, I guess is what way to put it. Final view, spray bottle, I believe, let's say here. Yes, this background, okay. Okay, so let's assemble this in Premiere. Actually, why don't we put it in, not extended clips, put it in scraps, because scraps has the right aspect ratio. So another thing, so I should write like a little essay on what I learned in this most recent short film, because really at the end of the day, this is the extended. Oh goodness, please tell me this works. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool looking shot. Here we are, we did it. What was I gonna say? What was I even talking about? Oh, so organization is a big problem that I was having even when I started this project. I don't even think I knew what save as was over save. I remember having a pretty uncomfortable interaction with one of my creator friends on this project where it was like, do you want me to say save or save as? And I just didn't have I was like, I don't think I really know what that means, which I think also was like he wasn't really. Ah! Let's see how that cuts real time, just super fast like that. Because he's not really doing a lot to chip. There it is. There it is. So can we cut this and then try to put it right here? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. It's hard to grab all this. The crazy thing is, if I found a way to move faster in animation, you don't think that like other people. All right, I'm excited to watch this scene. All right, let's do it.
Now, I was thinking you're more than you can handle. Let's start with something small. How much you give me that small? It's not a pot or the pot is. God, what is this? It's so small.
It's pretty funny, but we might have to speed it up a little bit. Or slow it down, rather. Slow it down just a skosh. We can barely tell what happened. Yeah, let's just speed, let it slow down maybe by 70%. Let's see what we get. Okay. People can see what happens. Oh, that's interesting. That's how the shot starts. That's why it struggles. Oops. Come on now. We can get this right. We need like a pan hit or something because this isn't popping. Hit with pan SFX. Black and a little bit better. take a second. Wonder if this will help it along. So yeah, I learned about the approach to it, which is that it needs to have a storyboard layout voiceover before you get started. And it's tough, it's a lot of work, but you know, as long as we're making stuff that we want to see be made, you know, that's fine. And I think that people are starting to feel really weird with AI out there, and you have these people that are using AI very unethically. And I just don't really want to wait to figure out what all the rules are. I would rather just do my best to try to be as ethical as possible in what I'm doing and allow it to make me more productive in what I'm doing. Like any contribution that AI makes to what I'm doing is just a continuation. It's like something that I would ask someone to do if they were working with me, but their work, it's all based off of my stuff. So it's not like, you know, it's just doing, I'm just writing prompts and then I pass it off as my own work. That would break my heart to do something like that. So the AI question does come up, and I think you have to be very cautious. That does work. Excellent. All right, cool. That's why, yeah, more sound effects is good. Yep, that's perfect. We just got to get him to be like, ah! That's it, Chip. It's time for your punishment, which is goofy, but that's okay.
So, perhaps I've given you more than you can handle. Let's start with something small. How would you give me that challenge once? It's not hot or the punishment. God, what is this? Is this full of salt?
That's great. I wonder how hard this hits on the sound. Does it break? It is kind of high. I want to do it more than once too. Where's that? Dang it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I see. I don't know what I just did there. But that's okay. We'll just have to, I'll spend some time with the sound effects for this one, but yeah. There it is. We just got to get through Chip. What else do I have? TikTok videos. I could probably get into that tomorrow. I might be ending the stream not in like a bad spot, but in a really good spot. You know, that was a great shot. Might be good to tease that out. I don't know. I don't want to give it away too soon.
I'll take it more than you can handle. Let's start with something small. How would you give me that chance? It's not hot for the pot of start. What is this? Is this full of soap?
I would say another lesson is like know where you're going so that you can build everything up to go that way. I think sometimes people make films just because they want to be filmmakers because it's the prestigious thing. And I would say to some extent, I'm sure I'm guilty of that. But at the end of the day, like, you know, I don't know, you just got to have a reason to go somewhere. So, all right, hit with a bucket is done. So we still have hands. Bucket strike is done. We did a good job with that too. So yeah, we just got to get back to chip. I might have to just organize that. I might come back. But if I come back and start streaming in the evening, that's not a good sign in my opinion. But anyway, how long have we been going? So 2 hours might be one of the most productive streams I've ever done. Yeah, there we are. I'm very happy with the work that I've done, and I don't want to burn myself out, so I'm going to step away from the animation. I'm going to do some laundry and stuff like that, maybe clean up the apartment a bit and get ready to go out this evening. So I'll probably go to the gym and, you know, put a nice set of clothes on and decide, you know, what route I'm going to take and go out and see some of the city of Chicago. So, yeah, today's good. Today's pretty good. Maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow morning, maybe not. But whatever I end up doing, we're going to look at Chip and Chip's interaction between God and back, and then maybe a couple other anecdotal things in a wide shot might be involved, but I don't know. The less I can do, the better. Like, this is definitely high priority of getting this done, but it doesn't benefit me to just sit at this tablet all day, every day. Like, I have to get out and see the world a little bit, and I live in a world-class city, so I get to do that. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching the stream. This is maybe one of my favorite streams so far. But I struggled in the beginning. I was like, I was like getting up and stuff. But I think the timer really helps. It helps with the book, so it helps with this. If you have any questions about the stream or about the animation, just go ahead and comment. I'd be happy to comment back. And life is as such. Okay. Take care, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you. Okay. There we go.